What is going on, guys? Hold on a sec. Just gotta balance out my camera. There we go. Welcome to the video. My name is Brendo Linick. Now, we are going to be talking about business in this video. These are going to be my ideas, my experiences. I just want to set the precedence and say they're not the absolute right way to go. You can do whatever you want with this information, alright? I'm not telling you something that you just absolutely have to do. It's not the end-all, be-all. But this is my experience when it comes to getting involved in a low-cost franchise business model. When I say franchise business model, you know, a business where you don't have to reinvent the wheel, alright, where you don't have to start from the ground up, and doing so on the internet. Now, I know there's misconceptions, and I know there's two people who have an idea of what I'm going to talk about. I just want to make it very clear, I'm not talking about going on the internet and buying a Macy's, buying a McDonald's, applying and buying things, alright? You can't do that. You got to apply, you got to actually qualify to apply by having a certain amount of liquidated assets in your whole, you know, asset orientation base to actually apply to get a franchise, alright? And some of them are going to cost you $1 million, $3 million. It's a matter of resources. So I'm not going to be talking about the traditional way of franchising. The reason being is to give you an idea of actually buying a low-cost franchise traditionally. You're looking at spending 5 times. 5 times if you were to take all the, you know, franchise business models out there and you were to average them out on the playing field. Some of them do pay you more, some of them pay you less. If you were to average them out, on average, you have to pay 5 times the amount of money that you want to make in the business model annually per year, alright? So in other words, if you want to make $100,000 a year from a Macy's, if you want to make $100,000 a year from a McDonald's, everyone knows McDonald's, you may not know Macy's, so we'll use McDonald's. If you want to make $100,000 a year from a McDonald's, then you need to invest 5 times the amount of money that you want to make with that business model annually into the actual franchise business to start it. Which means, if you want to make annually $100,000 a year, that means you have to invest 5 times $100,000. That equals, you know, about $1 million, give or take, with taxes and, you know, franchising fees. You're looking at probably $1.2, $1.5 million, and with McDonald's it's going to be more expensive. So that was just one example when it comes to actually buying into a franchise. So it would cost you like $1.5, $2 million to actually buy a business model. Alright, so I hope you keep that in mind. That's it in a nutshell when you're talking traditionally, which I wouldn't suggest you do if you're looking at starting a business because you don't want to reinvent the wheel, you want to be your own boss, you want to create your own income. Franchising, you got to keep in mind, a lot of people have this misconceived and perceived notion that because you get involved in franchising, you just sit back and money comes to you, there's no work required. The fact of the matter is, it's like traditional business, but you already have a brand established. You already have customers that know who you are, like who you are, and trust you because it's been around for years and years and years. So when you become a franchise business partner, you really have to just manage and maintain people, and that alone is a lot of work. That's exactly what you have to do in traditional business if you're starting a business from the ground up, except you don't get as much customers because not everyone knows who you are, so you got to build that up over the years, but you're still managing and maintaining orders, supplies, equipment, breakdowns of that, and it can take a lot of time out of your day. So that's why I don't want to talk about that, and that's why in this video we are talking about the internet, we are talking about some of my ideas when it comes to this, and if you're looking at getting into business because you want to build your own business, be your own boss, create your own income, have time freedom, quit your job, this video is for you, alright? And my experience with this, alright, this is one idea, it's not the only way to go, but due to what we're talking about here, my experience with a franchising business model goes back to when I came across a person who was doing this on the internet, and they're making a lot of money. They did not have to create their own products and services. They were selling digital products and services, information products and services on the internet, and they're doing this online completely without going out and prospecting people, without employees, equipment, supplies. And because they didn't take on that overhead, they partnered up with a company that took on all that overhead for them. So they just partnered up with them kind of like a sales rep or distributor or affiliate marketer. And because they're doing this, making multiple 6 figures, their first year in business, 6 figures not in sales but in income, money they kept, I started to model and copy them because they didn't have to reinvent the wheel. They just partnered up with a company that made sense, that could help them get the results that they wanted. Their results that they wanted was just to travel the world and have time freedom. And that's exactly what they're doing, building a business right from their laptop computer without having to get a loan from the bank or manage, 16-year-olds in a restaurant who quit and get hired somewhere else, and quit and get hired somewhere else all the time. And in less than 3 months after modeling them, I created a full-time income business working part-time. I am not going to guarantee the same results here. I am not going to sit here and tell you that the internet is going to be the magical solution to all your problems, but it's by far the most profitable and most lucrative franchise business model you could tap into, where all you need to do is be humble, be willing to learn and listen, and connect with someone. I mean, there's so much noise out there on the internet. I would encourage you to connect with someone who's already building a business and income through the internet. If this at least makes sense to you and you want to travel more, or quit your job, or buy that apartment, that house, that car, then model someone who's already doing it. Model someone who's already walked down a path you want to take, and take massive action on it, and you'll be well able to reap the rewards down the road. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's just my overview in a nutshell. Like I said, take it or leave it. It can save you not just a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of money, alright? Not having to spend tens of millions of dollars or even hundreds of thousands of dollars on starting a franchise, but it can allow you to build a business and have a life at the same time. I've seen so many people who have made lots of money in franchises, but they're always managing and maintaining, 16-year-olds, and, managing and maintaining the whole network, and, buying and selling distribution products and services, and it's crazy. So you can make a lot of money, you not have time freedom, or you can have both, make a lot of money and have time freedom. The best tool and platform I can share with you in this video is learning how to build a business through the internet without reinventing the wheel, by connecting with someone who's already done that. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you do have questions on this, comment below and I'll get back to you. I have other ideas I can share with you too. But that said, if this made sense to you from a business to business perspective, you can connect with me on my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. Link will be in the description below. I will personally connect with you there, and I'll see you guys on the beaches of the world, with or without you. Take care.